Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I know that just everyone is a YouTuber at this point. So I just really appreciate all the subscriptions, all the messages, all the comments. I post, of course, on YouTube, but I also post on my Facebook page and on my Instagram page. And I've been encouraged by each and every one of them. I read them and I love them. And even some of them I pray over because it's important for me, for us to take this journey together. So I appreciate you all. I can never stop saying that because you have so many choices. So today I want to get into a subject. It's another kind of deep one. We just finished with forgiveness and how it's a decision and that our feelings catch up with it. And then I tried to give some strategies that worked for me and a book that I read that really helped me a lot and prayed. But this time we're going to talk about something that is equally difficult, and it's regret. Regret. I don't know about you, but I have dealt with regret for many, many, many years. It's only the last couple of years that I've really just worked through that with the help of the Lord, with healing, with reading, with talking to people, with praying, with counseling, which is important to couple the two. There's no shame in needing help, in not being okay and needing to talk to somebody about something. No shame at all. It's actually self-care, very important. So I just wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, just thinking about all the coulda, woulda, shouldas. If I had did this, if I hadn't have did that, all of that. And I finally just realized, you know what? It's all a part of my story. And it's all a part of your story too. The good, the bad, the in between, the wonderful choices, the not so wonderful choices. It's time for us, me, you, all of us to move forward. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about what regret actually is, just a simple definition. It's a feeling of sadness about something or about a mistake you have made, wishing it could have turned out different or better. I think we've all done that. And I don't necessarily think that that's a feeling that's ever going to totally go away. None of these feelings do, because we are flesh, we're people, we're humans, we have feelings. But we can, as soon as we have that thought of, oh man, I wish I had did this, we can say, oh no, all things work together. All things work together. If this has happened, it has happened for a purpose. So that's the thing. It's not that the feeling doesn't come, but you have something to fight the feeling with. I'll say that again. You have something to fight the feeling with. And that's the word of God, right? That's what is there for us for, to help us in our time of need. So I just wanted to say really quickly, nothing is ever wasted. No tear, no hurt, no prayer, no disappointment, no sorrow. And another thing too, sometimes I would say this, man, I can't believe my life has turned out this way. I thought I was going to be this by this age. I thought I would have that by that age. I thought this would happen and that would happen. And then you know what? After I started to see that everything happens for a purpose, and that things that have been allowed will ultimately, even when I can't even see it be for my good, I'm like, seeing now, man, I can't believe that my life has turned out to be like this. Like the same statement, but in two different situations. Me mulling over and thinking about all the things that wasn't or didn't and just didn't occur or happen as I wanted them to. And then to come to the realization like, oh my goodness, I can't believe my life turned out like this. I can't believe I have this to be grateful for and that to be grateful for. And all of these great things are happening. And maybe one or two things are not the way I would like them to be. But overall, like, man, I cannot believe that my life has turned out that way. You see how the two statements is the exact same statement, but it's just a shift in perspective. So hold on to that. Hold on to that. things can be both and. And I have learned that through my life, and I'm sure you have learned that, or you're going to learn that. And then, the other thing is I blog. I don't know how many of y'all know this, but I do blog for a Christian women's ministry called Choosing Him Ministries. There are other phenomenal bloggers. We also send out prayers and just a lot of things, speaking engagements, things of that nature. Of course, with COVID, we have not been able to go out and speak to the point that the ministry would like to, but they're still able to reach out to women in other creative ways, probably in ways that they would not have if it had not been for COVID. So there's good and there's bad about it. But there was one thing that I wanted to share. It was a blog that I had wrote. And it was in specifically for regret, because I was dealing with it and I was working my way out of it with the help of the Lord. And I ended up watching a message. There's a pastor that I love. His name is Darius Daniels, Pastor Darius Daniels. Excellent pastor, excellent. I love the way that he teaches. Just like the practicality of his word and how you could take it and just apply it to your life and understand it. And it doesn't feel like it's up here and you're like, wow, this is like real deep. No, he takes what is deep and he makes it to where you can understand it and apply it to your life. So that's what I love about him. And he was talking about regret. And he was preaching out of 1 Samuel 15 and 16. And he was talking about Samuel being distraught about God rejecting Saul as king due to his disobedience. And the Bible states that Samuel cried out to the Lord all night and mourned constantly for Saul. And I was thinking about this, and I want you to just answer this question to yourself, of course, so you could put it in the comments. What are you mourning about? What are you mulling over and rehearsing and thinking about all the woulda, shouldas, and this should have happened and that should have happened? What are you thinking about? Is it a job or a missed opportunity or just a bad financial decision, or something happened in your marriage, or there's a relationship that didn't work out and you're still just like thinking about that, in regret about that situation. And possibly you're just mourning a loved one that was lost. Missing, wishing that you had said certain words to them. That's really difficult. Or you thought you would be someplace higher or better professionally now, or even personally. We all mourn something. We all do. But at the conclusion of his message, this is what really encouraged me. It was from 1 Samuel 16:1. Really encouraged me. He said, "Now the Lord said to Samuel, you have mourned long enough for Saul. I have rejected him as king of Israel. So fill your flask with oil and go to Bethlehem. Find a man named Jesse who lives there, for I have selected one of his sons to be my king." Excuse me. So when I heard this reminded me of all the things I had been mourning for so many years, all the things so many of us mourn. And I realized when I heard that, when he said, fill your flask with oil, I realized that it was time for me to move on. And so that's my encouragement for you today is, just like the Lord said to Samuel, we can input our name here. The Lord said to Angela, the Lord said to Barbara, the Lord said to Lisa, you have mourned long enough. Fill your flask, right? We've mourned long enough. It's time for us to fill our flask and move on. And so I just want to leave you with this, the verse that to me just covers all of the feelings of regret I think about this verse, and I just said, Lord, thank you that all things, not some, not a little bit, no, all things, all, that's absolute. All is absolute. All things work together, all things. And we know, and I'm reading from the Amplified Version, and we know with great confidence that God, who is deeply concerned about us, causes all things to work together as a plan for those who love God, to those who are called according to his plan and purpose. So that's Romans 8:28. So God wastes nothing. No matter what you have gone through, no matter what disappointment you have suffered, no matter what opportunity you think that you missed, no matter what situation or loved one or somebody walked out of your life, or that relationship died, or you don't think you were, you should have gone to college for this thing, or you should have did that, or you should have traveled more, or you should have maybe had kids later, or maybe you should have had kids when you were young. Whatever the thought is, you didn't save enough money. You don't know what you're going to do now when you retire because you just didn't, and you just made such bad decisions. First of all, that's a lie. And second of all, anything that the Lord has allowed, has a purpose, I see it in my own life, all the pain, disappointment, everything that I have been through. He has taken that, healed me, helped me, comforted me, and then said, okay, now you do the same thing for other ladies too. I wouldn't have been able to do it had I not gone through those things. He wastes nothing, not a single tear. In fact, he catches your tears and he keeps them in a vial. He catches them. Thank God for that. Thank God for his love. Thank God that we don't have to regret, because we know that all things work together for our good. I hope this video encouraged you. It encouraged me just talking about it, because, when I do these videos, it's actually very cathartic for me. It's like journaling to me. And so I just want to use what God has helped me with for you. And if it's not for you, if the message isn't for you, maybe it's for somebody else that you could share it with. So I just hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. And I hope that you decide today that you will not walk in regret, not one more second. God bless you. Bye-bye.